The EuroBasket Final, Turkey vs. Germany, a clash of titans that would go down in history. As the arena lights dimmed and the crowd's roar grew deafening, our crew found themselves split between the two teams, half donning the red and white of Turkey, the others in the black, red, and gold of Germany. The first quarter began with a flurry of action. Alperen Şengün, Turkey's rising star, dominated the paint like a man possessed. His 7-foot frame moved with surprising grace, each pivot and spin leaving defenders grasping at air. Meanwhile, the German squad countered with precision passing and deadly outside shooting. As the buzzer sounded, the scoreboard flashed. Turkey 22, Germany 20. A close game, just as everyone had predicted. The second quarter saw Germany surge ahead. Their crisp ball movement had the Turkish defense scrambling. Green Crewmate, despite his jelly bean shape and lack of arms, somehow managed to set perfect screens, freeing up shooters left and right. The German fans erupted with each made basket, their cheers echoing through the arena. But Turkey wouldn't go down without a fight. Alperen continued to be a force, muscling his way to tough baskets in the paint. Red Crewmate, his shiny visor reflecting the court lights, zipped around on defense, disrupting passing lanes and forcing turnovers. As halftime approached, Germany clung to a slim lead, 45-42. The tension in the arena was palpable. This game could go either way. The third quarter began, and suddenly, Turkey caught fire. Alperen went on a personal 8-0 run, showcasing his full arsenal of moves. A graceful hook shot that seemed to defy gravity, a spin move so quick it left his defender dizzy, and finally, a thunderous dunk that had the entire Turkish section on their feet, roaring with approval. The momentum had shifted. You could feel it in the air, electric and alive. Blue Crewmate, despite his armless body, somehow managed to snag crucial rebounds, tipping the ball to his teammates with uncanny precision. As the third quarter wound down, the teams found themselves deadlocked. The scoreboard told the tale. Turkey 70, Germany 70. 1 quarter left to decide it all. The championship, the glory, everything on the line. The final quarter began, and Germany struck first. Green Crewmate, defying all laws of physics, drilled a three-pointer from the wing. The German bench erupted, waving towels and jumping with joy. Moments later, Purple Crewmate snagged the steal, racing down the court for an easy layup. In the blink of an eye, Germany had seized a 75-70 lead. The German fans were in a frenzy, sensing victory within their grasp. But Turkey wasn't done, not by a long shot. Alperen Şengün planted himself in the paint like an immovable mountain. He spun, he pump-faked, he dropped in baskets with authority. The Turkish faithful roared their approval with each made shot. Beside him, Red Crewmate hustled into passing lanes, his jelly bean body a blur of motion. And then, in a moment that defied explanation, Blue Crewmate somehow made a contested mid-range shot despite having no arms to shoot with. Physics is crying, but the scoreboard doesn't lie, the announcer quipped, his voice barely audible over the crowd's disbelieving cheers. With that improbable basket, Turkey had clawed their way back. The score, 77-77, tied once again, with the clock ticking down relentlessly. The final 2 minutes arrived, bringing with them a crescendo of drama. The crowd grew louder with each possession, every dribble echoing like a thunderous heartbeat throughout the arena. Alperen scored again, putting Turkey up by 2, but Germany answered right back with a tough jumper. Tied once more, with 1 minute left, Yellow Crewmate provided a moment of pure hustle as a loose ball skittered across the court. The armless Crewmate dove, sliding across the hardwood like a penguin on ice. Somehow, impossibly, Yellow managed to tip the ball to a teammate. The Turkish fans roared their approval, appreciating the all-out effort. The scoreboard told the tale. Turkey 86, Germany 86. 60 seconds left to decide a champion. As the final seconds ticked away, Alperen Kungun drew a crucial foul. The arena fell silent as he stepped to the free throw line. The weight of an entire nation rested on his broad shoulders. He took a deep breath, bounced the ball twice, and let it fly. Swish. The first shot was pure. Turkey took the lead, 87-86. The second shot rattled around the rim, teasing the crowd before finally falling out. Germany snagged the rebound, and suddenly, the momentum shifted once more. The clock became the enemy of Turkey and the ally of Germany. 10 seconds left, 9-8. Germany raced up the court, desperation fueling their every move. Black Crewmate, using his sturdy jelly bean frame, set a crushing screen. Germany's star guard, freed from his defender, pulled up for a three-pointer. Blue Crewmate, despite his lack of arms, somehow managed to contest the shot. Leaping with all his might, the ball soared high, hanging in the air for what felt like an eternity. The buzzer blared, its harsh sound cutting through the tense silence. And then, swish, the net rippled as the ball fell through. Germany 89, Turkey 87. In an instant, the arena exploded into chaos. German fans stormed the court, their jubilant cries drowning out all other sound. The Turkish players collapsed to the floor in disbelief. The agony of defeat etched across their faces. Red Crewmate sat on the court, his normally shiny visor tilted down in exhaustion and disappointment. Blue Crewmate, in a rare display of emotion for the usually stoic beings, kicked at the air in frustration. But amidst the swirling emotions, one moment of beauty emerged. The announcer's voice boomed through the arena, somehow cutting through the cacophony. Ladies and gentlemen, the tournament MVP Alperen Kungun. In that instant, something magical happened. The crowd, both Turkish and German fans alike, rose to their feet as one. A thunderous applause filled the arena, a show of respect for a player who had left everything on the court. Even Purple Crewmate, still celebrating with his German teammates, took a moment to waddle over to Alperen. The armless being somehow managed to pat the towering center on the back, a gesture that spoke volumes about sportsmanship and mutual respect. As the applause continued, the announcer's voice rang out once more. They may have lost the final battle, but Alperen Kungun and the Turkish crew have won the hearts of everyone tonight. It was true. While Germany celebrated their hard-fought victory, hoisting the championship trophy high, Turkey walked away with something perhaps even more valuable. They had earned the respect and admiration of basketball fans around the world. They had played with heart, with passion, and with an indomitable spirit. And in Alperen Kungun, they had found a true hero, a player who had given his all, who had carried his team to the brink of glory. As he stood there, accepting the MVP trophy with grace and humility, it was clear that this was just the beginning for the young star. The final buzzer may have sounded, but the story of Alperen Kungun and this unforgettable Turkish team was far from over. They had etched their names into EuroBasket lore, creating memories that would be talked about for years to come. As the arena slowly emptied, the crewmates from both teams gathered at center court. Despite their lack of facial features, you could sense the mix of emotions: joy, disappointment, exhaustion, and pride. They had been part of something truly special, a game that would go down in history. Green Crewmate attempted to high-five Yellow Crewmate before remembering their lack of hands. Instead, they simply bumped visors, a gesture that somehow captured the spirit of the entire tournament. As the lights dimmed and the last echoes of the crowd faded away, one thing was certain. This EuroBasket Final would be remembered not just for its thrilling conclusion, but for the heart, determination, and sheer improbability of it all. Turkey may not have won the gold, but in the hearts of basketball fans everywhere, they had achieved something far more lasting. They had become legends.